Hi guys. So it's been a while, going on what, 2.5, 3 weeks. My life has been kind of crazy. My kids are very sick right now. They have croup, a virus. It's honestly probably the sickest that they've ever been. And it's been some sleepless nights for us. It's a lot of staying home. So yeah, I'm just trying to get them better. And all the moms know when your babies are sick, it's horrible. I wish I could make it better. Cooper is on the mend. His fever is broken and he's just coughing, but he really hates coughing. So just trying to make him as comfortable as possible while he's working through that cough. Tucker's running a fever now, and he's definitely like full-fledged in the yucky zone. So there's just been that going on. We're getting ready to go to Arizona for an extended trip later on this summer, and so there's just some preparation work that we're doing, planning for the dogs and rearranging some stuff that we had planned here. Yeah, so there's that. Yeah, that's about it, like life-wise. My mother-in-law is not doing any better, but she's not necessarily doing any worse. But it's just weighing heavy on us. So that's the biggest reason that we're all going to Phoenix versus just me going for my friend's baby shower, which was the plan, but it seems like probably the better idea if we all go. Now, yeah, so I want to talk about something else before I get into the stitching and stuff. Something happened last week on my personal page, and I was very hurt. And honestly, I considered just deleting my Flosstube channel and going away and just, you know, whatever. Stitching is sort of a solitary hobby anyway, and it has been for me for, you know, up until the last 2 years. I am a hippie, tree-hugging, socialist-leaning, Bernie Sanders supporting, Catholic liberal. I don't hide that from anyone. It's not a surprise to anyone. I know that a lot of people don't like to talk about politics. I know that I am a person who loves to talk about politics. I think it's important. I think it's important we have those conversations. I think it's important that we talk about the things going on in our society, and I think it's important we stand up for what we believe in. That being said, I know I don't talk about specific politics here on my Flosstube a lot because, I mean, it's stitching, and I know that a lot of people don't necessarily want to hear about that right now. And that's fine. I'm cool with that. But you guys know this about me. You know that I'm liberal. You know that that's how I am. That's how I roll. I cloth diapered my kids because it's better for the environment. I regularly go about my life trying to figure out how to reduce my carbon footprint. I also support the organizations and the movements and stuff that I truly believe in, but I do most of that on my personal page. Now, I'm pretty open with like accepting friends, especially if we have mutual friends in common. And I have friend requested a few people, and believe me, I would never be hurt if I friend requested you and you were like, look, we're super different and we shouldn't probably be friends. That's cool. I don't get my feelers hurt. And even if you were to tell me like, hey, you know, I would friend request you, but I mean, I would accept your friend request except for, you know, I think we would really disagree on some stuff. I mean, hello, I would respect that so much because, you know, everyone has to know their limits. That being said, my personal Facebook page is mine. Okay. So my personal Facebook page is my personal Facebook page. I don't just talk about stitching. In fact, I very rarely talk about stitching on there. Now, I talk about my politics on my personal Facebook page. I talk about what I believe in, what I don't believe in, what I'm participating in, if I'm going to marches, if I'm going to rallies, if I've gone to an education night and I learned information that I want to share. I do that on my personal Facebook page. That is my right. It is mine. There is not a rule book anywhere that says what I have to post on there, what I'm allowed to post on there, what I'm not allowed to post on there. Okay. If anybody knows of a list somewhere where there's a rule sheet where like it says what I can and cannot talk about on that page, can you please like forward it to me? Because I thought that the First Amendment protected my right to say what I want to say as long as I'm not threatening anyone. Tracy is my friend. I love Tracy. She brightens my days. She makes me laugh. She helps me work through problems. But her and I have completely different politics. We have completely different points of view on most things. And guess what she did? She unfollowed me, and that's so okay. That's great. If I'm like, I would never want to like force somebody to like if Tracy and I were friends face to face and she was like, look, I just don't. There's this great function on Facebook where you can remain friends with a person, but unfollow their feed. So I've done that with a few people where it's like, I love the person. I've been friends with them for a long time, or they're a family member, and I don't necessarily want to unfriend them. But maybe I just don't like the constant game posts, or, you know, whatever it was at that moment that I was like, I've had enough of this. You can unfollow a person. So you remain the open contact and friendship with them, and you still get to see what they're posting. I mean, they still get to see what you're posting, but you get to still see, they get to still see what you're posting, unless they unfollow you. But you can still like invite them to stuff. You can still tag them in things. Sorry. I know I play with my hair a lot. I lean over a lot. And that's a simple way to fix that. If the shit that they, if the stuff that they post bothers you and you just can't take it, you can unfollow that person. I have a friend who I have known my whole life, but we don't agree on some things. And rather than getting frustrated or getting into a debate with him, I just unfollowed him. Super simple. So, since you guys know this about me, you know the kind of person I am, and I have now disclosed to you what I regularly post on my personal Facebook page. If you do not agree with me, that's fine. If you want to have an open and honest discussion about whatever it is that you don't agree with me on, please, let's do it. But if you completely disagree with me, if you think that I'm way off base and you just can't deal, please don't friend request me or unfriend me. My kids were getting sick last week, and I was confronted with a situation that I really don't ever want to have to deal with again. And if I do, I probably will just disappear. I don't like feeling attacked. I don't feel like somebody is calling me stupid or saying I don't understand things. I am highly educated. I don't feel like I should have to like say this to you guys, but apparently I do. I am highly educated. I intend to run for public office. I intend to be a nurse. And as a nurse, I would like to be part of policy shaping, whether it's in the city level or the state level or even the national level. I'm passionate about healthcare because personally I've gone through a lot, and now one of the people that I love most in the entire world is dying. And so healthcare is like, it's on the forefront of my mind all the time. I'm also an American history student. It was my minor with my political science degree area of study at ASU. I am extremely passionate about democracy and how it works and why it works and the history of our country, and I find politics stimulating. I love to have intelligent conversations with people. I will never tell you you're stupid. I will never tell you you're uneducated. I will never tell you that you don't understand something. And I also will never unfriend you because of your politics. If you are like, hey, I don't agree with you, and let's talk about it, or hey, I don't agree with you and I don't want to talk about it, I'm a very good listener. I was scored really high on like reading comprehension and listening. Yeah, that was a little bit of sarcasm, but I just don't deal well with being insulted. Especially if you don't like know me very well. If you don't know me intimately, then like I just really don't feel like anybody has a right to insult another person and go out of their way to like make them feel like crap. So with that being said, that's the end of that diatribe. If you don't like this, I'm super sorry, but I felt like it had to be said. I felt last week, I really felt like leaving all the Facebook groups, leaving Flosstube, blocking everybody, every stitcher on Instagram, and just leaving. Because like I have enough on my plate. I have enough stress. I have sick kids. I have a dying mother-in-law. I have a husband I am trying to keep happy and healthy and sane because he is stressed out and scared. I have a best friend who's having a baby. I have a shit ton of stuff happening in my life right now, and I can't deal with like extra stuff on top of that. So like all I'm saying is it's okay to not be my friend on Facebook. It's okay to not agree with me, but like please don't pile on me and please don't insult me. Because I don't roll like that, and I just hope that you guys would like understand and respect that. So that's it. I will not be sharing any names. I will not be sharing specifics, but I'm just saying, like, let's like think about what Thumper said, and let's just try to like be respectful. So okay, so moving on, I'm gonna do I got sprinkled with some stitchy kindness this week, by two different friends. Okay, sorry, I'm just trying to get everything together. So I got sprinkled with some Stitchy Kindness. If you guys haven't gotten on the bandwagon yet, or you don't have Instagram, you should totally get an Instagram because we have an active-ish. I'd like to get it more active, an active Instagram hashtag happening at the moment. Hashtag sprinkle Stitchy Kindness. I've sent out a couple, I'm planning on sending out a couple more this week. It's just nice, right? It's nice to get something in the mail you didn't expect, or maybe like just to have somebody tell you, hey, something's headed your way, and like you're gonna get a surprise. So my Stitchy Kindness. The first was from Natasha, who her and I are in like a smaller group together, and she's hilarious and she's so much fun and she's so kind. And she sent me, after I mentioned, I think it was in the Salem Not Forgotten cell, that I didn't think I was going to have enough of one color. And so I was like kind of putting it aside because I was really stressing out about the amount of floss I had. So she messaged me or commented on the picture and was like, hey, I think I was scared of that. And she messaged me, she was like, hey, do you want that? Give me your address. And I was like, seriously? Sure. Like, thank you. So she sent me a skein of Wisconsin wood. And I don't know if anybody's ever seen this. Doesn't look like woods, but it's pretty. It's like a mauvey purple to like a dark purple to like a grayish. It's pretty. And anyway, so thank you so much, Natasha. This was a great like pick me up. Thanks, girl. Okay, the next one is from Bendy Stitchy, who is fast becoming my favorite person. We are doing a 30-day yoga challenge together. And she cracks me up and she's just fun. And we're both the crazy wives to the more sane and stable husbands. And yeah, so she sent me, when she finished Andromeda, she sent it to me because I had mentioned on a piece of fabric that she had sent me that I thought that Andromeda would look beautiful on her. And I mean, I had Andromeda in my cart. I was gonna just buy it so I could start it. And she was like, I'm gonna send it to you. I love her. So Andromeda is going on that fabric. Somebody asked me if I could figure out who the designer was on that fabric, and I haven't really looked. It's a 28 count linen, and the name of it is Deep Sea. It's gorgeous. You could maybe, I call the company, the little shop that she got it from, and ask them if they maybe know who it was from. But it's called Deep Sea, and it's a 28 count linen. And then also, I joined the Cross Stitch ETC group-ish thing. Anyway, I joined Cross Stitch ETCs. And I had sent Michelle a picture of the one that I was working on one night and asked her if it was like appropriate, if it was okay. And she said yeah. And then she kind of like said, oh, I'm gonna do this dog with glasses, but I don't know if it's too cutesy, I think she said, or I don't know. But I was like, oh my God, I want a dog with glasses. And so she was like, okay, done. And as it turns out, it was for me. And is he Boston Terrier? Is a Boston Terrier or French Bulldog? We're gonna go with French Bulldog because I really want one. And he's snarky. And we all know sarcasm is my love language. So it says vegan shrimps. I'm vegan, you a-hole. Yeah. He's now my bookmark in this book, and you'll see how far I've gotten because I am now addicted to audiobooks, and so I've not gotten very far. It's the new Paula Hawkins. That's upside down. And I got it like right when it came out because I loved The Girl on the Train, and I was really late to the bandwagon on Girl on the Train. So I made sure I got this one right away because that book was like, oh. Okay. So I did have one piece of haul that was two pieces of haul. So from I'll show you right now. One of them I'm not going to show you because I don't know where it is. I think I put it in the oblivion because the person, just because I don't think I want it anymore. Now it's just gonna have like icky memories. So these are extras that I got from Cottage Needle for the Let Freedom Ring sale because I was worried I was gonna run out of these too. You can have that. So Forest Glade and Old Covered Bridge. I'm doing Let Freedom Ring on a 36 count vintage country mocha. And I'm pretty positive I'm going to run out of Forest Glade. So if you haven't started Let Freedom Ring and you're thinking about starting it, get all the extras that they suggest. Read the back of the pattern because it says, and I'll actually read that to you now. But also pick up another skein of Forest Glade. It's like, what, $2.50? And then you don't have to worry about dye lots, which I'm not too worried about because the Gentle Art it's pretty consistent. I've only had one color, and that's this one, Old Covered Bridge, where I got 2 skeins of it, and they were very, very, very different. So I got this one, and this is kind of in between those 2 skeins, color-wise, so I think adding some of all 3 of them in is going to work for me. Can you hear their tablets? I don't know what they're doing. Okay, so what I worked on since I saw you last. I have no idea what order, so we're just gonna roll with it. Okay, the first thing I worked on was, I'm totally not ready, Salem Sisters by Plum Street Samplers, and my pattern is here, but the picture is covered up because of the way I keep my pattern in the plastic it came in with the cardboard, so that if it's like kind of more, it's stiffer and it's kind of easier to read this way. So the picture's covered up. Anyway, like you guys are like, oh, who cares? I'm in a mood, guys, sorry. So, this was the start and the totality that I got to, because I got to that much on Wisconsin Woods, which is the words. And no, guys, I was sure I was gonna run out. I think I have like 2.5 lengths left, and that's not even 1/3 of the words yet, I don't think. So yeah, I stopped. But I'm hoping to finish this in August. I'll probably work on it July 10th again and give it a good day and see how far I can get. And then I don't know what I'm traveling with yet, but I don't think I'm going to travel with this. I have no reason, I just don't think I'm going to. It's super fun to work on. It's really a cute pattern. It's a little small, the actual like pattern, because it all fits on one page, like just one 8x10 page. And the pattern is teeny. It's like the whole chart fits in like this amount of space. Well, my like eyes cannot handle that, so I'm gonna go and enlarge it, I think. And maybe that'll make it a little easier for me to work on. And I won't make so many mistakes, because there is like a rockin' mistake in there, Lolly. You think you had a boo-boo? Oh no, girl. Oh no. Okay, so I don't think you've seen this either, because I think I said I was gonna work on, yeah, my last video I said I was gonna work on July by the Prairie Schooler and Stars and Stripes by the Prairie Schooler. Well, that week was VBS, Vacation Bible School, for my kids. And we don't live close to our church. We live like 13 miles or something. So it didn't make any sense because they went 4 days that week. VBS was 4 days. So to drive them all the way there didn't make any sense for me to drive all the way back to then just drive back 2 hours later. Like I would have been spending most of my time just driving back and forth from the church. So my friend and I, we stitched, I think 3 days out of the 4, and then one day we just like ran errands. Yeah. So what I took with me was Stars and Stripes, because I could just throw all of the floss in my thing. I had it on a Q-snap and took it with me. And then by the time I got home every day, oh, so then my car broke. The first day of VBS, I parked my car, turned it off, walked my kids in, dropped them off, walked back outside. I was gonna go meet my friend Jamie at a coffee shop. I was gonna go meet my friend at a coffee shop, put my key in the ignition, turn it, nothing. Well, hell. So I hopped in her car, we left to text my husband. I said, I think I have a dead battery. No, it was not a dead battery. As it turns out, after we got back, we tried to jump my car with her car. It would not start. I told my husband, like, you need to come over here. See if you could get my car started. So he came over in his lunch break, got in my car, and he was like, are you sure you guys jumped it right? I'm like, okay, we're not dumb. So, he got in, and he like, was like, he turned the key, and he's like, oh, not a battery. And he had bought a battery. He jiggled it and did some like mechanic magic to it, and it started. I was like, what the hell? And he said, you need a starter. So I didn't have my car for Tuesday, so my friend came and picked us up and took us there so that they could go to VBS, and my husband fixed my car the next day. That's the perks about having a husband who's a mechanic. Anyway, all of that. VBS was just a crazy week, was what I was trying to say, so I didn't really get a lot of stitching done. What I did get done was Abe. I love him. One of my favorite presidents. I mean, he's one of everybody's favorite presidents, right? I love these things. They're so fun to stitch, especially like as they come together, as you finish the frame, as you start to fill in the president. And those are the only 2 presidents on this. So George and Abe, they're done, and they're definitely not going to get finished for 4th of July. But oh, I forgot one upstairs. Finish. But they're done. I did not work on July by Prairie Schooler. I just didn't have the stamina. It was a crazy week. It was an exhausting week. By the time we got home, the 3 of us, on Thursday, the 3 of us were like, we were going through a heat wave, and we're still going through a heat wave. And the 3 of us were just like, okay, we're just not into it. So we came home and we rocked it, Porky Pig style, like Jimmy Flosstube says. And we did nothing for a couple days, it was fantastic. So that Friday, what I worked on was I finished up I'm trying to remember what day I did everything. that Friday, I think I finished up Abe. Oh, and then I worked on Raven. So I had gone on one of those days, I think it was like Wednesday at BBS. I went to our very local needle workshop, hoping that they might actually have the beads for her. And surprise, surprise, they did. So here she, ooh, there. Look at how pretty she is. She's done. She's completely done. I put in some bats. It was probably like 50-50 people who were like, no bats, yes bats. No bats, yes bats. Her bead boa, oh my god, I love it. It's so pretty. And then the beads in the swirls of her skirt. This was so fun to bead. I put the bats and beads all in one day, and she's done. She is done. What do you guys think? So happy. And I know this fabric was like, it was definitely, people were like, are you crazy? But see, it's like her aura, her essence. She's so lovely. I love her so much. She makes my life happy. You wouldn't think, right? It's just been long. I know I must seem like I'm so low energy right now. I'm tired, and I sent my great aunt-in-law, my kid's great aunt, a video of my son. So somebody's gonna be getting this stitchy kindness. I sent my aunt-in-law a video, a sound recording of my son coughing the other night, and I was like, this is Cooper's cough. I'm panicking, because literally I was panicking. Saturday night I slept in his room. Yeah, Saturday night I slept in his room with him. I had to do a couple of like steams. He doesn't like it, so he was only like allowing me like 2 or 3 minutes, and that's not really enough to get like comfort. So I gave him some finally. I sent my aunt the text, and she sent me back some instructions and told me, you know, like I'd already done most of the stuff she said, and she's like, you're doing fine, you're fine, he's fine. So what I ended up doing was, she was like, come on, let's give him some Benadryl, because I was like, well, I already gave him natural cough medicine, because yeah, my kids just don't get sick. Like, he's never had an antibiotic. He's got like a rocket immune system, and so when they do, I freak out because I don't even know what to do. So yeah. So I spent the rest. He finally got calm enough that he could sleep, and I was so grateful because he was making me cry. Tucker had left the room because he just could like not handle the sound, and he went and slept with my husband, and I slept in Tucker's bed, and like at the very edge of the bed, and like woke up every 10 minutes to like check his breathing rhythm. And he was fine, but I wasn't. I was like, I'm already like super emotional about it, about them being sick, about just everything in my life right now. So it was horrible. I was so tired Sunday. Okay, so the next thing I worked on, because I definitely am feeling behind, and I don't really like feeling behind, was fabulous swimming. So, okay, I'm trying to get just what you need to see. What happened? So, well, it's not gonna work. It's just not gonna work. It's so much fabric. Okay, so I worked on and finished Elizabeth and Jane. So those were my final changes to Elizabeth. I finished up her name thing. I put in this Tudor rose twice. And I like that a lot better than the ermine. I just do. Jane, I didn't really make any real changes. I think I added some extra back stitching in the windows, and actually now that I'm looking at it, I need to back stitch those. But yeah, I didn't change too much on her. She looks great, you know? Now, the next one I worked on was Sacagawea. You guys, I changed like freaking everything. First of all, there was only one Explorer with her. I don't know if it was Lewis or if it was Clark, but that was just not appropriate. If you're going to put them in, put them both in. Or don't put either one of them in. Now, I saw the reference photo that she used, and I appreciate it. It's fine. But I much prefer it without either one of them. Because, like I said, I don't want any men on this. Like, the decision to put in certain men is confusing to me because the next person after this is Queen Victoria. Well, if you're going to put in Queen Victoria, I think she's the only one yet that it's appropriate, it would have been appropriate to put in a male with her, because she broke the mold in a way where Albert, they kind of co-reigned until he died. And so they were very, very much in love and very close. And there was, you know, stuff that happened that had brought them a lot closer. But I think that up until now, he was the only one that would have been appropriate. Well, except for maybe FDR, but still. So Sacagawea. She was originally chartered with an Explorer right here. I took him out. I added in more of a river situation going up to, a canoe, which, I mean, I know it's a canoe. Tracy helped me with it. I added some extra back stitching. You know, maybe you guys don't think it looks like a canoe, but it's a canoe. And I changed her skin color. I changed her entire dress because she had her charted with a mini skirt. And most of the artistic renderings of Sacagawea have her in a long dress, tall boots. I added in some back stitching to look like her braids were, or her ponytails were wrapped. I added in some, I guess you would call them, I just called them back stitches to make it look like fringe here and here, because her dress in most of the artist renderings definitely had fringe. I changed this top to look more like the artistic renderings that I saw. Yeah. I wanted to add in her baby boy, but I didn't see a way to do that without, I just was looking for like a, or I could have added in the papoose on her back, but I just decided it would be, I didn't want to like muddle it up anymore and change it anymore. But I wanted her to be specifically more her. And again, I don't remember what her skin color I used, but I did look it up on the lavender and lace skin conversion on her suggestions, which is the same thing that I did for Cleopatra. And she gives you multiple suggestions for each skin tone. I don't think they're the same, but I mean, they could be. No, I think this one's a little richer in tone. But I use both, for like I said, for both of them I used the lavender and lace recommendations for skin color, and I will continue to do so. Harriet Tubman, again, is not going to have a railroad because, again, American history maybe sounds a little confusing, but there was no railroad. You know, people were not smuggling people with this secret train that was built underground, because that wouldn't have been really secret, guys. I mean, we're talking about a locomotive under the ground. Like, you would notice, they would know, like the Confederate soldiers would have noticed that. Okay, so then the next thing I started working on was because this was my plan. I wanted to devote at least a week to it, and as it turns out, it's going to get more than a week because it's already had a week and it's going to get lots more. This beauty, which you guys, I'm seriously obsessed with this thing. Let Freedom Ring. Now, take a minute and look at that tree. It's not even done yet, and I'm like in love. I've just finally started on a bit of Liberty Hall down here. Did I say Liberty? Independence Hall? Liberty. Oh, I'm so tired. Anyway, so I finally started that. I think at this point I've used almost all of the specialty floss colors. I think so. I don't have it down with me because I'm not going to work on it today. But, oh, excuse me. This color is Dried Thyme. Oh my god. I love it. It might be my favorite variegated floss I've ever used. It is gorgeous. It is beautiful. So I've finished page 1 entirely. I want to go ahead and finish page 2, and hopefully I can get that done before the end of the month, because then I'm going to switch to Christmas and July stitching. But I would like to finish page 2, which goes to about like here and across, and then so up. So see, there's not too much left, but it's building, and so it's dense. And there's some more leaves to add here. Pull this border down here, and then that's 2 pages done. And I really haven't given this that much time. So I mean, it's not a particularly difficult stitch. It's big, and it's definitely not going to be done this year, but it's enjoyable to work on. It's really gorgeous. This over here is writing, and the portion that says like Philadelphia, or Pennsylvania, I think it says Philadelphia, is 1/1, and I wanted to burn it, so like it's bad, guys. I'm gonna need a magnifier, I think, because 36 count 1/1 is sort of insane. Anyway, so I'm gonna work on this for the rest of the week after I finish up what I have planned for today. Okay, so then because my friend is lovely, our friend, because she's all your guys' friend too, Michelle, sent me Andromeda. I had to start her. Oh, I have many needle minders on each project, because I usually hold my pattern on my Q-snap, and I use needle minders to hold it down. So this is what I got done on Saturday. My kids were like, well, Cooper specifically was at the height of it on Saturday. He had a couple coughing fits that he actually vomited from. So yeah, but this is what I got done, and I felt like it was good. I watched Dawson's Creek like the whole time I was doing this. So yeah, she's pretty. Mirrors really do stitch up a lot faster than you think, guys. I know that they're like, oh my god, they're giant, they're these beautiful ladies, but like the way they're charted, they're not horrible. So yeah. Okay, so this next thing I started yesterday afternoon. After I did my yoga, I took a nap, we went and ran a couple errands, and I came home and I started this. No, it's not on the fabric. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Okay. Reset. It's not on the fabric I intended it to be on, because I was going through my fabric, well, like all my cross stitching and stuff, and kind of trying to arrange some of it this last weekend, and I came across this piece, and I was like, you know what? The designer had, when she was talking about it, when she initially like released the information for the sale, she said that the color she would pick would be maybe like a lavender or something, because that's a color that's not really in the piece a lot, and it would look nice against it. So as I was getting ready for my weekend start-a-thon, which I only ended up starting 2, but it'll be 3 by the end of the day, that I thought about this piece and I thought about that pattern and I thought, you know what, I think I'm going to use this. So this is a 28 count Lugana in Da Vinci from Picture This Plus, and this was one of the pieces that I was very disappointed with, and I'm still very disappointed with, just because of what I wanted to put on it. And what I wanted to put on this was very idle, and I ordered the wrong count and it wouldn't have fit on 28, and that's fine. That was my mistake, but the fact that the fabric doesn't look like at all what the picture online looks like really pissed me off. So I won't be buying from their Christmas in July sale. There's that seller on eBay who has a lot of fabric, and she has like Silk Weaver and Hand Dyed by Stephanie and Picture This Plus fabrics, and I like that she takes a picture of the actual fabric. And then Emily said that 123 Stitch does stock some Picture This Plus's fabrics. I can't remember exactly which ones she said, but that they do stock some. And so I think I'll go that way instead. Just because getting it in the mail and being so excited and having paid so much money for my order and being disappointed by every piece was, yeah. Anyway, so this is that piece of Da Vinci, and you guys will know it's usually like a purple, and it's got some like really significant like splotches of this color. There's this one splotch and like this other one around here, and that's it. That's as splotchy as that got. So this was just a purple fabric, which it's fine. I love purple, but that's not what I ordered. So I don't know what I'm gonna put Fairy Idol on. I got like kind of pushed off of her. Anyway, so this is Tempting Tangles, the Great Cheshire Pumpkin Halloween Sal. I think that's what it's called. Anyway, this is part 1. And this is our Sweet Witch on her broom. And this is going to have some back stitching to like make the broom bristles. This little owl is sitting in a tree. And honestly, I think the pattern comes down to about here and over. And that's it for right now. So that was part 1. Stitched up really, really quick, really nice. Those little dots in her dress are supposed to be an ecru, and wouldn't you know, of all the extra floss I had no ecru. Like, I have no ecru in my house. So I was like, oh, I guess I'll run to Walmart. But then I was just like in a mood and did not want to go to Walmart. So I used parchment in those little dots, and I like it. And this little owl, I stitched him almost the entire John Wick movie. My husband really wanted to watch it, so he rented it last night, the first one, not the second one. And so I just watched Yvonne's video this morning, and she said, like, she like gives her pieces nicknames based on, sorry, cuss word, not needle minder, just whatever. This is probably gonna be my John Wick piece because I'm always gonna, like, his name is John Wick, for sure. It was a good movie. So I'm going to try to finish that up today. And then, Donut released Snow White pattern, and oh my gosh, Snow White's my favorite. She's my absolute favorite. So I bought it. I need to put that on my spreadsheet actually. And I went and got a piece of Ada yesterday, as I did not have a piece big enough in my house anywhere, and I tried to find one. I'm going to start her today. I will, as soon as I finish with the Tempting Tangled piece, I'm going to start that one, and then I will probably just work on it until I go to sleep tonight, put it away, and then I'll go back to Let Freedom Ring tomorrow, and I'm going to work on Let Freedom Ring Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday I am switching to Christmas, and I think I'm going to start with Christmas patches first, because I would like to put a really good solid week into him. So yeah, I think that's all the news. I am doing Stitch from Stash B, and that starts on July 1st. So if anyone's interested, I'll put a link to the group below. I believe it's still open. Stephanie hasn't closed it yet. All you have to do is, if you want to join, there's a post, and you comment on the post and you say like how much your budget is going to be, with a max of $25 US dollars. And then it's pretty like simple. She'll add you to the spreadsheet, and then like you check in once a month and you tell, you know, this was my budget, this is my carryover, this is my purchases, these are my finished credits. And then you have a new budget, like a new, like an ending balance, and that balance gets carried over. Whether you're negative or positive, that balance gets carried over. So, and then at the end, I think she does like a gift certificate, or like maybe some stitchy kindness. I don't remember exactly what it is. If you end the 6 months in black with a positive balance, then you get entered into this drawing. I don't even remember what it is. But yeah, I mean, she does a great job, and for as much stitching as you get done, and as much help as you are to us in the group, you're amazing, woman. So yeah, I think that's it. I hope everybody has a great rest of June. I will update before my trip, and then I probably won't update again until after my trip. So look out for me on Instagram. I'll try to post pictures there, and have a great one. I hope everybody's enjoying your summer, and make sure that you put sunblock on, because I've gotten sunburned like 76 times already this summer. All right, lots of love. See you later. Bye-bye.